racket going on. It's not as straightforward as I thought it would be. I could do with some help.
Need another one of my lists, do you?
I hate to admit it, but have you got a list for writing job applications?
Naturally. I would let you down now. We've gone this far together. Let's see what you've got already. Name, address and telephone number at the top. That's very safe. Followed by Dear Sir. Still fairly conventional, but not quite right, is it?
Oh, I forgot. It's Miss Miller. Must be a woman.
You never cease to amaze me.
Okay, I'll change that to Dear Madam.
Well, if you know her name, why not address it to Miss Miller? I really don't think that she'd be offended.
All right, Dear Miss Miller.
Now we get to the part where you're really stuck. Time to drag out my list, I think. We always start off with who the letter is from. This, of course, includes your name and your telephone number, if you've got one, that is. That might seem pretty obvious, but people have been known to forget it. Secondly, we address the letter to a person, and if you happen to know the name of that person, it's a good idea to use it. Now you tell them exactly which job you're applying for, because the same firm could be wanting to fill a number of different vacancies. Now you tell them why you want the job, that is to say, your particular interest in that sort of work. If your application impresses them, then they'll really want to get in touch with you for an interview, and it would save a lot of hassle on their part if you could tell them your availability to see them.
Yeah, there's got to be more to it than this. Wouldn't they want to know something of my general background?
Well, yes, I think they would. The information on your background you could include in the letter, but most companies appreciate it if you put it down in the form of a separate list. It makes it easier for them to get all the details, rather than wading through a long and complicated letter. Well, this sort of list is generally known as a resume.
Okay, here we go. Okay, all finished. Like to see the results?
I'd love to.
I haven't missed out a thing. All I have to do now is put in the post and wait for their enthusiastic reply.
Do you think that's such a good idea?
Well, what's wrong now?
Well, just that you've got to remember that these people you've written to have never really seen you before, so that letter is your first point of contact with them. You don't want them to get the wrong opinion of you by sending them that. I'd advise you to rewrite all that and do it a little bit neater. Can you type?
No, unfortunately I can't.
Oh, that really doesn't matter. Just forget that notepad of yours and find yourself a decent sheet of paper and get yourself a better pen while you're at it. Well, that should impress them. And make sure the envelope's as good as the letter. Not forgetting, of course, Ms. Miller's name along with the address. That way you can be sure that she'll get it in good time.
Okay. Thanks very much. I don't know what I'd do without your help.
Ah. Well, you managed that all right. Now for the others.
Others?
Well, that's right. You won't be the only one going for that job, so you've no guarantee of success. As wonderful as you are, there's just a chance that there could be somebody better. If you're really serious about getting work, I'd advise you to go right through the newspaper and write off applications for all the jobs you think you could handle. That way you've got the law of averages working on your side.
But I've already taken ages to do just this one.
Well, have you got something more important to do?
I suppose not. Here we go.
Chris, how many more applications have we got to go through for this position of personnel assistant?
Oh, there's about another half dozen if you can...
All right, well, let's go on and continue looking at them then.
All right. Well, look, this one I think must be the worst one so far. This applicant doesn't even know the difference between personal and personnel. Really, it's crossed out, it's terrible.
And we're supposed to take this gentleman seriously?
It's a bit bad, isn't it?
Oh, yes. You can imagine the sort of young man he'd be to send that into us, can't you? Well, don't put him on your shortlist.
Okay.
I'm not interested in talking with you. This lady you gave me before, Chris, I'd say she would be a neat, well-presented young lady. I would be interested in talking with her. That's Miss Horn.
Oh, Miss Horn, right. I remember that one. That's good.
So I'd like to see her, please.
Put her on the short list. She's good. Okay. Right. Yeah. But you know, here's another disappointing one. I don't know whether this person was completely disorganised or just not thinking at all about it when she wrote it. It's just not together at all.
Coffee stains up the top. As you say, it's very poorly presented as a letter, isn't it? This young man, it's unbelievable. He's applied for a position with the Department of Overseas Trade.
Oh, yes, I remember that one. Makes you wonder if some of these people aren't off on the wrong track altogether, you know. I mean, we put in the ad what the position was.
Well, I'm not interested in talking to him, thank you very much.
Okay, right. Down to the last one, I think. There's another good one.
Oh, you mentioned this young lady, Miss Beddoe.
It's a nice letter, isn't it?
It is a nice letter. All right, well, you make sure that she's on the short list
Fine.
for sometime next week.
What about Tuesday afternoon, if that's all right with you?
So about 2 o'clock?
Fine, okay.
Or maybe 1 o'clock, would that be better?
Yes,
Let's have a look.
I think if we start early and we've got about 4 or 5.
About the 22nd?
Good.
At 1 o'clock. Good, Chris.
Mm.
And you'll let me have a list of the shortlisted people before then?
We'll do that.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right. It's not easy, Chris, is it?
No? Thanks a lot.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye. Okay, now we'll need to set up 4 interviews for the personnel assistant. I've checked with Mr. Lees and Tuesday afternoon is okay with him. I suggest we give them about, half an hour each.
Shall we start at 1 o'clock?
Yes, that'll be fine. Just send off the usual letters inviting them in. And don't forget to give us a break in the middle for tea. I'll give you the letters. It's all there with the addresses.
Thanks, Chris. I'll do that right away then.
Good, that'll be fine.